Entering the Ring is the podcast you don't want to miss. Lucha House Show Podcast.
Bring them out!
What is up, everybody? It's Mars, the voice of violence, joined here at ringside by my colleagues, Rowdy Rod and the armless assassin, Renzo Sin Brazos. This week, we're going to talk about AEW. We're going to talk roster rumors and suspensions and just touch on what's been happening on Rampage and the lead up to, or it's all in. It's all in, the one in England, isn't it? I've just drawn a blank. It's all in, yeah.
All in.
But
all in.
The main thing we're going to talk about is SummerSlam, WWE's WrestleMania in the summer, where Liv loved, Dom dirtied, Bron broke, Baylor betrayed, Gunther gained, Tiffy timed out, Bayley buckled, Drew dominated, Punk was punished, Solo was smashed, and Roman reigned. Yes, that's right. The return of the OTC, the original tribal chief, to a massive face pop. We will dissect everything that happened at SummerSlam and all the ramifications leading into the next pay-per-view and possibly up to WrestleMania. All that and more on this episode of our favorite and your favorite wrestling podcast, Lucha House Show Podcast.
Oh, man. What an intro. What a way to kick this off. Got there, what a SummerSlam. The last one-day SummerSlam. I've seen a lot of people saying, isn't SummerSlam starting to feel like WrestleMania? Fuck yeah, man.
Well, that's what it is, man. It's the WrestleMania of the summer, man.
WrestleMania of the summer. And that's going to be
Look at the storylines that are affected. Look at all the shit that happened, man.
It's great because it breaks up two major events, like massive events, in two sections of the year. So like you don't have to wait to WrestleMania. Your SummerSlam is going to be exactly the same, minus the glamour the WrestleMania has pretty much, exactly the same, which is great because also help with the build up of storylines in a shorter period. But let's go straight into what's happening in AEW, and the rumors are going around, pictures are being shown, and roster has been ditching AEW to move somewhere else. So Renzo, put us up today, mate.
Yeah, man. Look, one of the big news stories that kind of broke, and we kind of all freaked out when it was shown, the picture of Tony Khan with Shane McMahon in a meeting. So it's happened. So these guys have met. I don't know, of course the photo was purposely leaked. It was out there. They put it out there. Shane came out with a statement saying that all they talked about was family and wrestling. But we know it definitely would go deeper than that. What are you guys' thoughts on that image and the controversy surrounding it?
Well,
I'll let conspiracy Kevin over there go first.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Surely, slowly but surely, Shane will talk about for so long, and I won't rest until it happens. And it's happening slowly, but we'll let it cook. Like Master said, like WWE does, we let it cook slowly. Just let it build up. No, but like that picture got leaked on purpose. The meeting with Shane and Tony Khan is definitely leading to something. He's not just talking about business and family, but like that's definitely talking about an acquisition or someone joining AEW. Master said at one time, Shane is a lot about business. What does he know much about booking and stuff like that in WWE? We don't know. He's done part of WWE at some point. He's been away from some time. He comes back and then goes away again. So he's on and off the product a lot. Not like, for example, Stephanie, that she's way more involved, and we saw it at SummerSlam as well, which that was massive as well. That's definitely giving us a hint of something else happening. But I don't know, man. I liked it. If McMahon is getting involved into AEW, it's definitely for a reason. I don't think it has nothing to do with Vince. I think the Vince picture, I think everyone has to take it out of the minds, because I don't think Vince is involved whatsoever on this, as we know what's happening with Vince and all that stuff. Like, it would be the worst idea in the world, I think, for Tony Khan to get involved with Vince at this time, with what's happening. But yeah, no, look, it is what it is. A good picture. Definitely it's about business. What will come of it, we'll know in the future.
It
What about
means
you,
nothing.
Mars? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
It means nothing. It's a picture. It's a picture of two rich guys having a chat about something they love, which is wrestling. I don't see Shane McMahon getting involved in AEW in the near future. I don't know Shane McMahon and Tony Khan. This is all just fantasy booking by us and speculation. But I don't see Tony Khan needing Shane McMahon because, again, we don't know what his booking is, what his production is. Well, we don't know what he did in WWE. We know what he did on camera, but behind the scenes, like, he was never known as a booker or a producer. So I don't know what could and what AEW is lacking, like we say week after week after week, is storytelling, long-term storytelling. I don't know how Shane McMahon can help with that. And it's not like Tony Khan needs the investment. Tony Khan's mega rich. He doesn't need the money. What Tony Khan needs is people that understand wrestling, understand the business, understand storytelling. And history has shown that he has let those people go from AEW. Shane McMahon's not going to fix that.
No.
Obviously, the photo was leaked on purpose. It's great publicity for AEW. I can't remember who it was that said it, but there's no such thing as bad publicity. And it got the internet wrestling community talking more about that. It got more speculation, more eyes to their product. So in that sense, it worked for him. But I don't see Shane McMahon being involved in AEW. And at the moment, the McMahon name is a bit toxic. That's why they're just bringing that. Steph has no official capacity whatsoever in WWE. Triple H mentioned that at the press conference after SummerSlam, saying, yes, she was there. She loves wrestling. She always has. She grew up with it. So it's great that, like, she goes, sometimes she can love. It's easier to love than other times, obviously referencing the obvious. But she was just there as a fan, and it was great to see her, and she's looking great as always. Look, I'm not saying she might not come back in the future, but at this stage, she's got no official role at WWE. And I just think it was Shane McMahon and Tony Khan having a chat about wrestling. He might have tossed some ideas up, but I don't think he's going to have any official role with AEW, and nor should he. It makes no sense.
Look, stranger things have happened, of course.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, look, it's an interesting concept having potentially Shane McMahon appear, if he does appear as a one-off or if he appears as a regular, who knows? I think the photo was leaked on purpose to put out the speculation. Everyone's talking about it. It was, the talk of last week. So yeah, whatever comes of it, comes of it. Will he make an appearance? Who knows?
Watch this space.
Watch this space. Yeah, definitely. One of the other interesting notes that came out of last week was Britt Baker is suspended. She's been suspended for a week or 2 weeks because of an altercation she had with MJF's girlfriend in the locker room. And MJF heard about this, and there was a bit of a kerfuffle in relation to it. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Rod and I have kind of talked about Britt Baker and her influence in the locker room. She has got a lot of power in the locker room because, she was pretty much one of the first females there. She had an altercation with Thunder Rosa, and pretty much Thunder Rosa came off as pretty bad in that altercation that they had last year. But this kind of proves that Britt Baker might be the stirrer of the pot. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Well, but the things with Thunder Rosa, they got, sorted on the ring, and we love it when they sorted on the ring. We had one of the bloodiest match we ever seen during COVID. We did the women's in AEW, in one of the best matches that's been in AEW women's division, thanks to Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker and the beef they got and still got at the moment. But what's happening with MJF, where girlfriend, I think that move to get Britt Baker suspended is just to protect MJF. He's the golden boy at the moment. Whatever he says goes. Whatever he wants, he gets. Because he's bringing the numbers, he's bringing the people. But problem with that is Britt Baker also brings a lot of numbers. She's loved in the AEW fan base. She's followed by many people. She's well respected. It could be the CM Punk in the locker room. Maybe she is. Who knows? But at the moment, I don't know why she could get suspended about something they got said. That it's really stupid. If it was that's the reason why she got suspended. Because, everyone talks. Like it's just stupid. Like people talk, sets of opinions about people. If you had an opinion, and the thing is like, she apparently said something to someone else heard, and then it got to MJF. It's like, what the fuck? This is cool? What are we talking about? Like unfortunately, what Master said, like when you let the crazies run the asylum, this is what happened, instead of having someone resolving this like on time or telling the, hey, it's a rumor, like what's happening, just talking about it, like everyone has different opinions, and having someone, an authority figure there, just moving the stuff around properly. You get stuff like this in a panic mode, just suspend Britt Baker. When Britt Baker was getting hot, man, the beef with Mercedes Moné, getting into All In, and you doing this, giving her a fine, and then suspending her in the moment where the food is getting so big and so good. I think that was a stupid move. I think it would be solved in a much better way. And man, I think it's just stupid by AEW.
Yeah, I agree 100% with what Rod just said. I think it is still very much a case of, or another example of, rather, the lunatics running the asylum. Look, the rumor that I heard was that Britt Baker had said something, I think, against MJF, and MJF's girlfriend heard it and then told MJF, and then MJF apparently went into the women's locker room and punched the wall. Well, now, if you went into the women's locker room, if that's true, and I don't know if it is, I think that's not right. But look, I think from the outside looking in, what AEW is lacking, and by letting the lunatics run the asylum, is they don't have those senior members of the roster that people respect in that locker room. Like, think of back in the day in Undertaker. Undertaker controlled the locker room, not with fear, but with respect. If you had an issue, you could go to Taker, and Taker would sort it out, or Taker had a direct contact with Vince, and an influential contact with Vince. AEW seems to lack that. AEW seems to have all these private groups or individuals, and I'm not talking about storyline factions. I'm talking about like real life that seem to be looking after their own interests, and no one's bigger than the company. No single wrestler is bigger than the company. I don't care who you are. Hulk Hogan was never bigger than WWF. WWF was always bigger than everybody. Undertaker was never bigger than the WWE. Rock was never bigger. Roman's not bigger. Cody's not bigger. So AEW needs to sort their shit out backstage, because once again, we're leading up to their biggest show of the year, Wembley Stadium, and the focus is again on stuff that's happening in the locker room, internal fighting, and it just takes away from their product. It really does.
Yeah, man, couldn't have said it better, Mars. I completely agree. Yeah, and I think they're trying to set a precedent because of the Punk Jack Perry situation, and trying to shut that down. But yeah, it's clearly causing the wrong, or sending the wrong type of message out to the fans as well, right? What's going on in backstage. They can't control the backstage.
Yeah, and I think I think this ties in with some of the things you're going to talk about it now, but I think this ties in perfectly with what some of the rumors are happening, because Takeshita and Lucha Bros are looking into leaving AEW. Bro, Takeshita leaving AEW is a massive, massive, massive blow, because Takeshita was part of Don Callis family. He's huge. He was huge in New Japan. He left New Japan to go to AEW. Same with the Lucha Bros. Lucha was massive in AAA, and they decided to sign with AEW, and now they're looking to leave. That just shows you that the problem is with the independent wrestlers that come into AEW, think they can do whatever they want, because AEW runs like an independent wrestling company. But then you got Takesha and you got the Lucha Bros coming from more established, promotions, like with his AAA, which long history. New Japan, well, fuck, man. Japan has been as for as long as WWE or wrestling itself has been alive. And I think they've seen these cracks and this lack of management and this lack of things happening, and they're just taking the chance. You know what? I'd rather leave, rather go to WWE, which is red hot at the moment, see what happens. The Lucha Bros would be a massive, massive injection to the tag team division. And fuck, Takeshita, man, massive Japanese influence. They will go to NXT. first of all, because he's young. It's making him to NXT, and eventually you moving into the main roster, and it will be a wrecking ball, man. And under Triple H, man, and Shawn Michaels, man, we're talking about these guys making gold, you know, that will be absolutely gold at the moment. And going into Netflix, Lucha Bros, Netflix, WWE, holy fuck. Like it just gives you goosebumps because you know how good they are, you know what they can do. So I think this is the reason why so many of the talent in the AEW is starting to leave. I think that's because, and especially this really important talent that they have left the companies to sign with AEW, and now they're looking to lead AEW. So they just tells you that something's really wrong inside.
Look, the interesting thing about the Lucha Bros story, man, that broke recently is that they've trademarked their name as well. So they've trademarked Lucha Bros, Rey Fenix, Penta Cero Miedo. They've registered it themselves, so they've got the rights to it, which is great, man. Because you know, if whatever happens with WWE, potentially, you know, they can carry their name over. If, you know, that it doesn't work out, they can leave, they carry their name. So, you know, fantastic on them. They had the business smarts to register their names for themselves, which is amazing, man. But yeah, you're right. Konosuke Takeshita would be a massive loss, man. This guy is young, who's huge in New Japan. Man, they know him all over Japan. This is time for WWE to pounce, man. I am so excited for these guys to kind of move over. Like you said, WWE is red hot, and these guys, you know, can prove that they can fight with the big ones.
Yeah, and Takeshita, Takeshita, he's 29, man. Like, what better time to move to the WWE? Like, you're talking 29 years old. We give you 3 years, 32 years old, 33 years old in NXT. God damn, you'll be in the prime of your career moving to the main roster. Fucking hell.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't even start him in NXT. I'd start him in the main roster straight away.
Now, you know, he has the, like, that's the thing. With Takeshita, for me, he has that NXT vibe. Like, you know, for me, it looks like I'll put him into NXT just to give him that entry to WWE, and then probably moving on in a few months or probably in a year. Because, yeah, he's with New Japan, but at the same time, I think for me, that's more of a NXT vibe, unless the Lucha Bros, man.
Here's why I wouldn't. I'd put Lucha Bros in NXT. I would, to develop them more. But I would not put Takeshita in NXT. This is the reason why. One of the things I'd imagine that is frustrating for Takeshita in AEW is his mid-card status.
Yes,
the fact that they're not using him right. The fact that he's just a member of the Don Callis family, and that's pretty much it. Okay?
Yep.
He was huge in Japan.
Huge.
So you bring him in, you start him on an angle against Shinsuke Nakamura, Japanese strong style fights. You know, cutting promos in Japanese as well.
Yeah.
Mate, he doesn't need to go to NXT. He needs to hit the ground running. Look what they did with Jacob Fatu. He's a superstar already.
Like, but that was starting with the bloodline, so it was kind of something happening there at the same time.
It is. I can see that, yeah. But my point is, like, they can lift you. They can lift him back to what he was in Japan.
Like,
he's not going to be the main guy, but he's going to be a top guy.
Yeah. Like, look, for example, the Lucha Bros should go to the main roster just because, like, Penta is 40. Like, he's 39 now.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
It's going to get to 40, you know. But Rey Fenix 33, of course, the brothers. It's a 6-year difference there. So he's like LA Knight, you know. He doesn't have time to waste. He doesn't have the time to go NXT. It's like, if you sign me in, we go into the main roster. And these guys, Lucha Bros, they got the potential to make finally the tag team division, you know, relevant again, because at the moment tag team division has been shit. Like,
those belts are just, they've given it the respect that they gave it to the women's title. It's nothing.
Exactly. There's no tag teams at the moment. The tag teams they're just starting to build up again. The few tag teams, you know, we got the Y6, we got the new faction there. What's it called? Fuck, I forgot. Like Shush guy. Fucking se me fue en 2 segundos.
Alpha Academy.
The Alpha. No,
Gable and the Creed brothers.
Yeah, the Creed brothers, like slowly starting to build again. So it'll be a perfect time to make these two maxi Mexican wrestlers, massive tag team guys, make him in there because they're massive to bring it that way. So if anything, bring everyone to the main roster then. I think that'll be the best way to go about.
Look, the interesting thing is with Takeshita is that he's just competed in the New Japan G1 tournament and he lost in the semifinals, but he's still in Japan, and Glow is knocking on his door for him to make an appearance, and we know Glow's linked to WWE, so it's there, man. He's
one step closer.
I think he's one step closer. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's one step closer to what's happening. So look, and we got a few time to go. Like, what else you got to go with AEW?
Look, I wanted to hear Mars's thoughts, man, because we've seen a lot of poaching of AEW from WWE. What are your thoughts, Mars, of the reverse is happening, the tables are turning?
Well, I think that's a fairly generous description on your part. I think it's give me one example.
So for example, Cargill's gone over, Ethan Page, all of these guys, all of these young wrestlers, right, that AEW has helped develop. They're now making the move to WWE, right? We've just been talking about
the Mount Everest. That's the Mount Everest. That's the Super Bowl. That's where you want to go. That's where you want to play. That's where you want to wrestle.
But your thoughts on, is this a good thing for WWE? Getting these guys in and.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is a good thing, and that's why WWE puts money into TNA. That's why WWE helps with Glow. That's why WWE provides wrestlers to GCW, because it makes the business healthy. It creates because they're not competition for them. No one is a competition for WWE. But what they do is they nurture wrestlers that they can then, as you put it, poach, because they've done the hard yards in the indies, and they've got that ring presence. They can cut promos. They can do all that stuff. So I'd see it as a good thing. And I think I've said it before on this show. If you ask any professional in the world that they do you want to go to WWE, and they say no, they're probably lying. Not guys that have already been there. I'm saying people that have never been there. Because if you don't want...
Sorry, I had something in my throat.
Yeah.
Osprey.
Who?
Will Osprey.
Yeah, I heard you. Sorry? Yeah, no, I'm just sorry. No, okay. Yeah, okay, fair enough. But he's kind of burnt that bridge at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like someone that was lying, saying, "Nah, I don't want to go to the like you fucking lying," and then you burn the bridge, and now you just gotta keep burning it because what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, but it's if you don't want to test yourself in the hardest environment, then why are you in the game? No pun intended.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. No, and you're right. And like you said, Rod, with Penta, we've been hearing about the Penta rumor for a while now. It's been coming along. So now Ray Phoenix is, as his contract is nearly up. And the good thing is that these guys can just, I love this now, man, that they can just walk straight in, man, just like Ethan Page did, and do something and shake the ground. So it's going to be great, man.
What do you guys think about this? Like WWE has just signed Stephanie Vaquer, your compatriot. The rumor is of Lucha Brothers going. They've just had 2 massive super shows in Mexico.
Yep.
Is this the push into the Latin American market that we've all been asking for and waiting for?
It has to be, man. It has to be. Man, what else are you gonna do? Like, are we talking about? Like, they've been trying to crack the market for so long, and you just took one of the biggest started CMLL from them. Like this Stephanie Baca, man. She was a champion. She was like red hot. You know the message she's being from similar people. There's still missing her over there. She's red hot, man. She's gonna go into NXT, probably just the main roster. We don't know yet where she's gonna go first. And then we get into Lucha Bros. I think they need to crack, and this is the the stars they need. You know, the Lucha Bros, AAA, the well-known CMLL, the known the AEW. So people knows them now. It's not like
Andrade's getting a push.
Andrade's getting a push. I
Hmm.
think they need to get into that, but just again, with the respect of building a good storyline for Latinos. Like, don't make it a stupid movie like done it so many times, and please give them a good push. And it's so with the Aussies, man. For real, they got Delta. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
you got Delta, man. If you haven't seen Delta wrestle in Australia, man, please do yourself a favor.
Too late. She's gone.
Nah, but you just fucking watch the videos. I didn't care.
Oh, yeah.
I got the luck to watch live when I went to a PWA. I want to take a picture with her, and she never fucking get out of the locker room. I was so pissed off. I just want to take a picture with her, and I couldn't. But she's just a machine. It's like, if you look at it this way, if you put it against Rhea Ripley, man, that's a clash of titans.
Oh,
she's built like a machine. Like, she's built amazingly. The character is crazy. She's a natural heel, man.
Just the total package.
It's a total package, man. So we're getting a massive push for the Aussies. We got a push today for Bronson Reed. The Bronson Reed push is starting to happen now for real. So, like, we're talking about a massive push for the Aussies, a massive push for Latin America, man. I think they're finally going to try to crack the big market Latin America. The Aussies is going to keep the momentum going because the Aussies have been pretty good for WWE because you don't need to push anything. In New Japan, man, you get Takeshita and something's going to happen, man. Something's going to happen if you get Takeshita. I think it'll be the smartest move they can do. And then just to show to the Rainmaker, hey, I know you're there, but come here. Rainmaker, come here.
Look,
come here.
And it's interesting that they're making these moves now, just before Netflix. And I think that's the key, right? Netflix is global. Like, everyone in the world has Netflix, right? So this is the perfect opportunity for these guys to come in and make a name for themselves, man. It's going to be red hot time for all of these guys that are coming off contract. To really shine, especially on the world stage through Netflix.
Yeah, look, and I think they won't see Okada for that much longer in AEW. He will go soon. I think he will find a way to get out. He will be there for a year too, because this is a key thing. He's 36. He's not at all. He still has the time to, you know what, I'm making to AEW. If Takeshita does go, I bet you any money Okada will find a way to go. Because I think that'll be something for him to start going, fuck, Takeshita was here before me, and he just decided to fucking leave this place. Fuck, I better leave too, Takeshita is like, Okada is not stupid. He'll find a way to leave because at the moment, Okada is nothing. Dude, from going be everything to be nothing, literally nothing in AEW, being a second.
He's got like a comedy character.
It's a second act to the Young Bucks, bro. Seriously. You can't have a second act as Okada. Okada is not a second act. Okada is your main guy. You put him out there at the front, going for the main titles. Not having a bullshit title with him. He has a bullshit title at the moment. So I think for me, Okada is good. If Takeshita, that's the move. Mark my words. I said it here. In a year, Okada will be gone. 100%. Okada will be gone. AEW will suffer 100 times more, and we'll see Okada in the main roster. And we'll have Nakamura, Okada, and Takeshita going against each other. Fuck. It doesn't get any better than that for New Japan. And man, you crack the market straight away. With those three names, you crack the market. That's it. You don't need anything else.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Anything else. And with that, fucking man, we made it. And with that, finished this battle with AEW and the whole rumors what's happening around, which is pretty good rumors going around, and hopefully everyone's ended up going to WWE now because, like we said, Netflix, when Netflix things comes, man, Netflix, all the shows are going to go for 3 hours, minimum ads, so it's just going to be absolutely massive. And what better time to go than now, what better time to go to now before, the doors close, and it's going to be really hard to get to WWE, to be honest. I think once they make the move, it's going to be really hard to get in the easy way. All right, so we're going to go for a pause. When we come back, we're going to go straight into SummerSlam because, goddamn, we got a lot to talk about that one.